Alright guys, so this is a stone I've showed off a couple times in different ways on my social media, including YouTube. So this is a Nakayama Kiita, Maruka. Pretty primo stone right here. This is probably, not even probably, this is in the top 3 stones that I own as far as quality, and just glad to have it. So it's definitely in my arsenal. I've almost got the surface totally lapped. Still this little corner prevails, and really I got this during the winter time, so I didn't get an outdoor video shot. So coming off of that Shinden Suida, I've got this Nakayama Kiita. And without further ado, awesome color change. This Kiita is outrageous. It is very much one of my favorite stones. I'm gonna raise the slurry a little bit off the bat here. I did not fully lap this perfectly. This dark area right here is from the old surface, or from where I was wearing it in a little bit in that area. I'm really conservative on how much material I'll wipe away from this stone, just because I consider it precious. So this was mined long ago and picked out by Kato-san himself in the 60s, and been sitting in Sushihashi-san's possession for however long since. So this is a badass Kiita. Little specks of orange in there. I love it when there is almost like Iramono splashes in my Kiita. Those tend to have the best feedback in my experience. They're easier on knives. They're not quite as hard as some of the others that you can run into. Just overall more user-friendly. So there's very little slurry raise because it's a fairly hard stone, and that wasn't that long, but it helps getting things going because it is still a fairly hard stone. But you know, it's similar to the Shinden Suida. It's hard, but I mean, the quality is high. You know, these were picked out for various reasons. One of them is for the way they respond to steel. And this one is nothing short of incredible. I mean, there's no grabby, there's no like weird spots, it's perfect. I mean, it just peels steel away. And it is a tick finer than that Shinden Suida. To be expected. This is Nakayama we're talking about. So the Kiita come from a Tomei strata, one of the 32 layers or so in the Tomei section of the mountain range. And of course, Nakayama being the most prized mine of them all, for every category. Use, ease of use, feedback, fineness, range. I mean, this stone is so stupid easy to use, it's ridiculous. I mean, I treat it so well. Kind of like that old vintage Nakakita that's even older than this stone, that was picked out long before this stone. I mean, probably, you know, at least 50 years earlier than this stone it was set aside. But still, this is from the cream of the crop. I mean, you just It is just such a joy to polish on. It's really hot out here, and it's a little breezy, so the water isn't staying on quite as long as usual, I would say. I mean, it's like 95 out here. It's brutal. Summer's been rough. Just got done mowing, getting ready for a lot of torrential rain for the next week. And this is my opening to do this. You know, I won't be able to come out here and polish like this for at least a week. So yeah, that's the Nakayama Kiita. This is just insane. Maruka. So it was hand selected by Kato-san. You can hone a razor on this. You can sharpen tools on this. You can polish knife bevels on this. I mean, come on, this thing just slays that bevel. And it'll do that from a cold start too. I don't need a slurry really. I just, for the sake of the video, I figured it'd be appropriate. But yeah, let's just do it anyway. Paper towel kind of leaves a weird. Ugh, can't get it all off. Whatever. Okay, so flooded surface. I mean, it's polishing. So this will self-slurry easily. So I mean, it's all steel particles, but you wouldn't know that it's, you know, hard or anything like that because it's so gentle on the knife bevel. It leaves no streaks, no scratches, no nothing. Okay, see that? I mean, that's badass. Okay, I mean, that's steel particles. That's all black. I mean, it's a tick brighter of a polish now. You know, when you don't generate a slurry first, you flood the stone, and really I would lighten up the pressure more, but I'm demonstrating how this can peel steel. You know, you lighten up the pressure and kind of let it glide on top of the surface, you will get an even finer polish. Stones, getting the most out of the stone is a lot of technique. It's something you get good at. So it takes practice. It takes playing with stones, because not all stones respond the way you want them to. But most of the time, it's always down to technique and not necessarily the stone. There's always a place for a stone. That's why I don't really get rid of stones. Even if I don't like them at first, I always put them away and come back later, because there's always a use for it. I'll find a use for it. So it's reflective cladding. So it's a badass stone. Alright guys, that is a vintage Nakayama Kiita Maruka. And this is one of the, to be clear, this is one of the layers that will show that crazy patterning later on when I, you know, grind into this stone more, which I probably never will. But I can't remember what it's called, the Madura pattern. I can't recall. But this is one of the favorite layers of the Tomei Strata. One of the favorite Kiita layers. Lucked out getting this one. Completely lucked out. So, planets align sort of thing. Kind of like that vintage Kiita that I'll never part ways with. Alright guys, that is it for today. Hope you enjoyed. And until next time, see ya.